We know that some of the teens are on Thanksgiving break, so they're going to be doing a lot of this on TikTok or Instagram or whatever. And parents might be curious to know, what exactly are they doing on that phone? And maybe you need to have a sit-down conversation with them about the content that they are consuming on a daily basis. So who better to talk about this with than our UC Davis Health pediatrician in adolescent medicine, Dr. Rebecca Fenton, who is here in studio with us this morning. Hi, doctor. How are you?
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, and happy holidays to you.
You as well.
So, okay, yeah, like I said, you know, a lot of teens are at home right now. They're on their phones a lot. I'm guilty. I'm on my phone all the time. But, you know, as parents are watching their kids, I'm sure they're wondering, okay, is what they're watching, is this bad for them? Is it just like brain dead content? Is what they're watching stimulating? All these questions that they have to navigate, right?
Yeah, so it's hard because for younger kids, we give very clear guidelines around screen time, saying limited to 2 hours, under 2, we actually don't recommend it at all. For teenagers, we don't really give much guidance, and so parents are really concerned about how much is too much. I love that the American Academy of Pediatrics is making a shift from quantity to quality for teenagers, and so it's really a matter of what are they doing with that time.
Okay.
If they are passively scrolling and that's getting in the way of schoolwork or physical activities or just being able to spend time in person with friends, that's when we should be concerned, but otherwise, scrolling after completing all of those other tasks and being an overall well-rounded teenager is actually okay, as long as it's not having a negative impact on their emotional or physical health.
And that negative impact, what could it look like? How could it show up in a teenager?
Great questions. I think there's so far just a lot of research that's showing an association between various things. We know, unfortunately, a lot of bullying has moved to online, and so I've had patients who've described that they don't really have anything come up at school, but that there's whole accounts that are created and multiple comments that they're receiving talking about their physical features or other parts of their lives. We also see it, unfortunately, with associated with eating disorders, depression, and anxiety, and I think sometimes people try to make the causal argument to say the social media is causing those things, but it's hard to say which one came first, but we certainly know that social media can continue to worsen those types of thoughts, and so it's really important for, if we notice that a child is becoming less engaged in their typical activities, if they're not performing as well at school, those would be some signs that maybe something's going on, and then specifically talking to them about what they're seeing on social media can help us understand what is the relationship between what they're seeing online and what they're experiencing in real life.
Well, let's talk about that conversation that we, you know, how we even start that conversation with them about, hey, so what are you watching? What's the deal? Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I think of like family movie nights and how families used to engage in media together. Yeah. And yet, because social media is often something that parents don't understand, they may step back and just kind of be like, oh, that's my kid's thing.
I don't get what you young kids are doing these days. Yeah.
But we're all learning new platforms and things together. And so one thing could just be like, hey, can I just scroll with you and see what you're seeing on your feed? Yeah. That means we could be laughing at videos together. That means we could be talking through, like, did you recognize that this was an advertisement? And the subtle way that it's saying, like, oh, this thing is awful, especially we're seeing that unfortunately around healthcare, like doctors, or this treatment is terrible, but then please go to my bio and buy this thing. And teens are often coming in telling me, oh, this is the only thing that works for me.
Or if it's AI, right? You know, nowadays, sometimes it's hard to tell. So that's good. Okay. And then also vice versa, you know, you can also share more of a bonding experience with your kid too, because you want them to also be interested in what, you know, you're doing and what they're doing. So it's kind of a mutual thing, right?
Definitely. Yeah. So one thing that's recommended by the American Academy of Pediatrics is developing a media plan for your family, because as we were talking about before, we're using our phones as well. And so sometimes parents also feel like they can't talk about this because they don't feel like they're setting a good enough example for their kids. But when you're making a media plan together, you're deciding, hey, there's certain places in our lives, like for example, the dinner table, where we all decide to put our phones down to be able to really engage. Yeah. And at the same time, outside of that, we decide how are we going to usefully use this? Because the reality is I have patients who are doing really cool things with social media. Some of them run their barber businesses on there. They're making artwork. They're making pastries. And they would not be able to reach their clients in their young ages if it were not for social media. And so I think anytime we're saying it's all bad for everyone, we're missing that nuance. But the goal is really how are we optimizing the good while minimizing the bad, and staying engaged enough to be able to recognize those earlier signs before some of the devastating things we might hear on the news happen.
Absolutely. You know what? Keep the conversation open, keep it stimulating, and keep it, you know, just not judgmental, right? We all just want to have fun. Just have a good time.
Exactly. And we have to acknowledge that it's not going anywhere, and so how do we make it a part of our life, but doing it safely?
You got to do it. Thank you, doctor, so much for talking to us this morning.